In today's video, we're going to be doing some kickboxing, which is one of my favorite things to do. And one of my favorite picks is Leon Edwards to do this style, of course. He has lethal kicks. Definitely stick around to the end of the video. It's a very high level, kickboxing fight where it's very, hard for me to implement kickboxing. So that's great for you guys to see to help you deal with pressure. But with Leon having crazy legs, frontal assault, 4 to 5 star moves with his body kicks, his head kicks, and his teeps, to the head and to the body, his devastating low kicks, calf kicks. When you put all those things together, if you're able to land a lot of kicks and mix them up, beautiful time teep right there. If you're able to do that, it is lethal to have Leon Edwards. Plus, you add in the prime version, has better health stats and really good grappling as well. So that's definitely going to help in any type of style you face in the welterweight division. Yeah, but this guy is kind of just being a bit reckless. So, I'm just trying to make my reads as best as I can. Sidestep that front kick right there, just flicking the stick up or down. But you got to time it. You can't just spam it. You got to get used to, you got to predict when something down the pipe is coming. Look at that beautiful slip uppercut right there. But he's still coming at us recklessly, so we're going to try our best to make sure we do as much damage with our legs as possible. Leon's boxing's not great. It's not fast or powerful. And also to make the fight easier for, us kickboxers or, Leon mains, chopping down that leg and killing that, the power immediately or in the beginning of the fight, chipping it down is going to be very, very beneficial, especially later in the fight, where it's going to be coming down to our exchanges. Look at that beautiful duck counter right there. Kick his body when he gets back up. Try to throw front kick to the face right there. Blocks it. But it's going to pretty much take away his kick power and also his punch power. Like punch power, I think it goes down by a good 20 or even more percent down. So like let's say if somebody's at like 98 power, you could take them down all the way to like 85, 88. So it's very effective. They still have their move levels, of course, but with that power being gone, it levels the playing field for, a weaker boxer or a pure kickboxer. So, definitely not easy, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes. And we're using those strikes off the center line. Look at that beautifully timed uppercut right there. Look at that, he's still rocked. Crack him to the body, just taking our time. Time a nice step in knee to the body, into a body kick right there. Dropping him. Pretty much devastating damage that's going to kill his stamina. Look at that, rock him with a front kick up top. Body kick. We're just mixing up all of our weapons to the head, to the body, and just using the calf kick, the front kicks, the body kicks, the head kicks. Constantly just changing it up so he has no idea where we're going with our strikes. And that's the end of the fight right there. We're going to be on to the next one. And yeah, definitely he is going to have to pay for this. Beautiful pull lead hook. I was going to throw it to the body. I pull it back and we run in with a flying knee, which I believe is 5 stars for Prime Aldo, and we finish him. Just like that. That's why you don't fake low touch, y'all. And here comes the high level fight. I could tell this player was pretty good. He's Aldo. He actually kicks the legs, which smart player. That's one of the best moves Aldo has. That's 5 stars. So in situations like this, you don't want to be the only person kicking legs. So if you guys got oblique kicks or, just a decent calf kick, even if you don't, definitely throw some back and set them up properly, because most of the time when I start throwing them back, which it stops the opponents from throwing them a lot of the times. Sometimes they'll continue and it's really about who's going to win that leg kick battle. Don't switch your legs immediately like your stance, because if you do that early on, then he's going to basically chip down both legs evenly, and it's going to make it very easy for him to possibly leg kick TKO you in rare instances, because you get knocked down a lot by low kicks. But it's just going to be easier for him to win the round off of stuns, knockdowns, and you're going to have to force yourself to pressure box. So, if that's not your style, that could be the end of the fight just in itself. Now you're forced to do something you're very weak at. That's something I had to improve upon myself. Took a lot of practice, sparring with some, high-level friends that I have. And it definitely helped me, get better with exchanging in the pocket, boxing combos, to just make my kickboxing even more lethal, because now I got the weapons to really garner that level of respect. You know that something is coming back towards you. I believe he does check it right there. I could tell he was a good player. He wasn't doing nothing cheesy, nothing like that. You know, just clean. You know, he is trying to pressure us. That is a smart thing to do. Even though he is a kickboxer, Aldo's boxing is way more powerful, way faster, and way better move levels than Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy essentially just has a decent 1-2, and, you know, it's okay boxing. It's better than Leon Edwards, yeah, but definitely not matching an Aldo, so we had to be careful exchanging. But us investing in the low kicks, like we always, like I love to do anyways, as much as I can. Sometimes people pressure too much, but when I get the space for it, I love to go for low kicks. It's going to nerf that power down. So if he has like 96 power, it's going to take that all the way down to like the 80s, bro. So way, way better. Look at that. Beautiful intercepting combo right there. Try to drop him. He survives, but it's okay. That's definitely winning us the round. You know, we got that stun. We're landing more. Momentum is definitely shifting a bit towards us. He's been landing low kicks, but so have we. So we're scoring very high, plus the rock. So I'm pretty sure we got that round definitely in the bag. But we're still pressuring, and we're still going to have to show him, you know, we're dangerous with these boxing exchanges and, you know, pocket boxing in general. On to that next round. Still standing our ground, showing him we're not backing down. And look at that. He overcommits to a moving forward strike. We time a beautiful front kick down the middle, right to that chin. Still got to be careful. Aldo's move levels are very high. He can still do a decent amount of damage. It's just definitely helping us that we have a huge head health lead on top of, you know, nerfing down that power. So we actually might have more power than Aldo at this point in time, or at least equal, which makes the fight a lot easier. So we got to see what he's going to do to switch it up. See, now he has the red nose. That's basically meaning his short-term stamina recovery is much slower. Look at that, beautiful right there. Not only the short-term stamina recovery is significantly slower, but also my 1-2s, uppercuts, and front kicks to the face are going to do amplified damage because of that nose/mouth injury. Look at that, throwing a kick in improper range, and we punish him with a nice right hand. And also he has a cut somewhere, so our lead hooks could be doing more damage depending on what eye it's on. If it's on his left eye where it's visible to us, that means my right hook does more damage. And if it's on the other side, then it's your lead hook. Which is pretty cool that cuts and all that interact. The mouth and nose injuries interact with, you know, damage and how the fight works. I really love that. Now he's trying to pressure us. I could sense it. You know, he knows this fight is just going downhill, so he's essentially gonna fall on his shield as best as he can. So we have to be ready for heavy combos and him fishing for some counters. So we're still gonna keep it very clean. And as long as we're landing and not getting countered in any way, we're gonna continue to push the pace. Because with this head health lead and, you know, the injuries he does have, we do have him as well, but look at this head health lead we have. It's significant. It's the point where he can't even get hit once. So still taking our time because this is a pretty good player. Let's see what he's going to do. He's trying to jab up the block, overcommit the block a little bit. We're going to beat him to it. Look at that beautiful combo right there. He's fishing for those counters, trying to get our block gone, so we had to get his gone first. Now, I hope you guys definitely learned a thing or two in the video and definitely enjoyed the fights that I put on, and definitely stay tuned for more UFC 5 and Undisputed content on the way.